If you haven't taken a look at a video I made right before this, I'd take a look at that one first, where we went over this top part and we talked about finding our verb, our subject, and drawing the arrows from adjectives as well as adverbs and marking the sentence pattern here. In this, and then of course diagramming it. In this video, we're going to go on and we're going to talk about another example of that very same thing, but a different sentence pattern. So instead of subject, action, verb, direct object, maybe something a little different. First, we find the verb. Sarah looked warmly at her little puppy. Okay, what is happening in this sentence? What action, if there is an action verb? If not, we look at, okay, is there another verb from one of our verb lists here? But there is. Look, the word looked. The word looked is action. That's something you can do, right? My pen again is, there we go. Looked. Who or what looked? Sarah looked, so that's our subject. So verb, what happened, and then who or what did that. Vertical line between our subject and verb. Any other verbs? No. But always check so you don't miss one. Maybe there's another verb somewhere. All right, then we look at any adjectives or adverbs that are in our sentence, okay? So for adjectives, look for any nouns, any other nouns. Oh, puppy is a noun. That's a person, place, or thing. Is something describing the puppy? Which one, what kind, how many, anything like that? Yes, little puppy. So we have an adjective describing our puppy. What kind of puppy? Little puppy. Now, are there any adverbs talking about the verb? When we look at an adverb, we ask ourselves, okay, they looked, and then there's different adverb question, okay? And we talk about how, or where, or when, or how often something happened. So how did Sarah look? She looked warmly, see? This word warmly is describing how Sarah looked. So warmly is an adverb. And also keep in mind the ly frequency. If you see ly, it often is an adverb, but still test it, still ask the questions, because not all ly words are adverbs. But it's a good clue. So we have our adjective arrows, our adverb arrows, and there we go. We found our verb, we found our subject, we've done our arrows for adverb and adjective, and now we mark the sentence pattern. The subject is Sarah, so S. The verb is looked. What kind of verb? Action verb. Okay? Looked what? Well, there isn't something that answers that, so there is no direct object. See, in this sentence, Hiawatha did take what? Bow. And the answer to the what after the verb told us what our direct object is. But in this sentence, there is nothing there that's telling what Sarah looked. There's something that tells how she looked, but not a something that she looked. So that's it. That's all there is for that sentence pattern. Understand? And so here's another example of the SAV pattern. So we've looked at the SAVDO pattern and the SAV pattern. And when we diagram this one, it's very simple. Our subject, Sarah. Our verb, looked. And then any modifiers we would just do there. How did she look? Warmly. Here's a modifier for looked. Warmly. And so the adverb would go under the verb that it modifies. We'll extend this line like that. This isn't a prepositional phrase, so we don't need to diagram any of that. That's all we have to diagram with this sentence, okay? Any prepositional phrases, you could even cross that part out when we get to diagramming at this point, until we learn how to diagram them. And that's all we have to do. So hopefully this helps someone as well. All right. Well, make sure to learn and be ready and prepared and learn something new every day.